Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I am moving these two hardy hibiscus into containers. They did not perform very well in the ground this season. This is my second season I had them. The first season was in containers, and that's from the old stump. So I'm showing you that. And then I think they're competing with my birch trees because birch trees are bog plants and hardy hibiscus are bog plants, and I feel like they're just not getting what they need. So I'm going to be moving them. Okay, so now I'm trying to keep from damaging the root system too much, and right now I'm doing this right before fall, so I want to make sure whenever I do plant these in containers they have enough time to root in their new surrounding soil, so that way they will survive the winter. And I'm in zone 6B, and we do have a lot of snow here, a lot of cold weather. The last season we didn't have a lot of snow. We had snow in February and March instead of November, December, January. So it's always different. So I'm giving it enough time, at least 6 weeks before our first frost date. And they're projecting our frost date in between early November, late October. So and then as you could see, I was struggling because I had that bamboo stake from when this had gotten snapped off in a windstorm, and I put that in there, and I was struggling to get that out without damaging all the root system and everything, because I do want it to be able to grow inside the containers. And then I do have a bucket full of water, so whenever you're transporting something or transplanting, I like to make sure it is in a bucket of water while I'm waiting to get everything dug out or to set up the other container. So this root system looks like it had grown all the way up instead of down. So I did end up having to cut it without having to damage everything else, because the birch trees are on the other side of that. So I did just cut that. And then I'm still struggling to get this back out. And it was a bamboo stake. And it looks like it had split down in the bottom, and it kind of looks like a little grub thing was growing on it or living in there. Super gross. And again, I'm putting it in the water. Okay, so I'm not backfilling these areas right here because I do want to leave them open. So next season, next spring, I do want to get 2 more hydrangeas and put them in here. Just the small dwarf varieties. So now these are the containers that I have in my backyard, and I will be putting these in the containers, and these are 22-inch wide containers, and they were originally in these containers at my old house, and that's how I transported them from my old house to this house. And then I did put them in the ground this season, but I didn't like the way they were growing, so we're going to be putting back in here. And there is a garden soil mix in here, and then a mixture of peat moss and perlite. And when I need to backfill it and put back on top, I will be putting more peat moss on top. And as you can see, the roots are ginormous on that one side. The other one didn't grow like that, just this one. So I will be snipping that off so that way it can fit inside the container. Now hardy hibiscus will die completely back to the ground in the wintertime and then sprout brand new each season, each spring. And this is going to be having full sun, no shade at all, and I know the hardy hibiscus really like that. They like to have the full sun. And I have grown these in containers successfully, so I'm not worried about them not surviving in a container in the zone 6B. But they weren't doing the best out in the front garden bed with the 2 birch trees, so that's why they're going back in here. They won't probably produce any more blooms this season, which I would love for them to do, but I don't think they will, just because they're trying to get their roots, the root system situated. So hopefully next season I will have more blooms on this, and if not, then I'll just get rid of them, because that's my big thing about gardening. If it's not working out, try something else or give it away to somebody else that wants it. But I love hydrangeas because they've always worked out for me, and I wanted to try the hibiscus, and these ones just aren't performing like I would want. And I can propagate them all day long, but I cannot get them to bloom consistently like I did the very first season that I had them. So that's why I'm doing this. But again, I am backfilling these, filling them up to the top, not all the way up to the top, but just where they were previously in the ground. I want to make sure that they have the best environment coming this winter time. And I'm not going to be covering these up in the winter time. I'm just going to be leaving them plain, you know, just in the container, no burlap or anything. And then when I am done, I will be giving these a lot of water so that the roots can get a good drink and get situated in the dirt and everything that's in there. This is the other container that the other hardy hibiscus will be going in. Both the same, they're the same identical containers. These are the 22-inch pots that I have. So if you're ever not happy with the way your garden looks, change it. That's my big thing. If you don't like something, if something's not performing, move it, get rid of it. It's your money and it's your garden. This is my hobby, so if I don't like it, then I'm going to change it. And that's okay. Don't feel shamed about buying something and it not working out, or you buy an annual and it dies. I don't like annuals personally, because annuals only last for one season. So that's why I always buy perennials. And this is me trying to fix something that's not working out, and that's okay. You can always change it. I'm back filling it now, and then gonna be filling it full of water again, and then just water it every day by hand is how I'll do this. And this is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.